So is this far enough? Is this good?
I think that's okay. I mean,
Good?
I don't have a measuring tape, so.
I feel so far away from you,
I
man.
know.
What?
Dude.
I can't hear you in that.
What?
Can you just take it off?
Oh, sorry.
Take the mask off.
Can you hear me now?
You are double masked.
Well, I gotta stick with the theme,
It is strange times right now.
It's really strange times. We're in what we're calling COVID times, but the A3U review must go on.
Yeah, that's right. And I haven't seen you for a while, so that's why we're trying to be extra safe. But I really wanted to see my man over here.
Yeah.
And we don't do it often. I can't promise we'll be regular, but every time we got something cool, I figure why not? Let's throw up a video, right?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, we missed you guys. I mean, sometimes I bump into you guys at the store, and then you say, "Hey, when are you gonna put out a next video?" And we've been wanting to do one, and we found just the right thing to talk about. COVID or not, we're gonna try to bring these reviews in a safe manner for you guys.
Yeah, so we're going to try to do this in a different format.
Yeah.
We'll kind of individually do this so that I don't have to talk with my mask the whole time.
Yeah.
And you guys try to figure out what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's give this a shot. Today we have something very interesting. A first look at the Dr. Egg from X-Transbot.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Alex.
I'm Boris.
And you're watching
The
A3U review.
The COVID-friendly
version. The COVID version of the
A3U review.
Hey guys, welcome to the A3U review. As you can see, something a little bit different in front of me right now. You guys might recognize it. For those of you who don't, this is the Quintesson. It is made by X-Transbots. And so I've happened to be able to gather this one sample so that I can show you guys what this is all about, what's happening here. So this package, now it didn't come in an official package. I was able to secure it. It does come with basically this little remote control in the form of a ship. You have the egg, and you have the 5 faces here. And comes with tentacles and a stand. What it doesn't come with are batteries. So you will need a lithium battery. And this little battery here, it's you can recharge it. If you can get a rechargeable lithium battery, that would be great. If not, you can just get a normal lithium battery, AA, and that'll work for itself. You'll also need 3 little batteries, little battery watch type batteries, I guess. These are 377s. You will need 3 of these for the remote control. So getting into it, you got a lot of die cast in this figure. So the egg, the main part of the body, is die cast. The faces themselves are plastic. Now these faces do come off. You can pop them out, but there is a specific way of putting them in. So there is a specific order. You just pop it in, push it down, and they're set. The tentacles are made of wires, so they're a little bit flexible. You can bend them all whichever way you want. My first thoughts when I first saw the figure in pictures online, it was a little bit hard to imagine, right? So I thought of it. I was thinking, is that going to be a good seller? Does it really look like something I would want? And I'm kind of glad I have this in hand, because now that I have it in hand, I actually think, yeah, this is a pretty interesting figure. It's really nice. The die cast is pretty, gives it a weighty feel, not as plasticky as I thought it was going to be. The colors are all fairly nice. I'm just going to rotate it so you can see all the different heads. Yeah, I thought the colors were nice. The faces, although it could have been probably a little bit more angular. I just like a little bit more edgy type of design. The round faces, or the softness of it, actually really kind of balances everything out. It's definitely not as bad as I thought. The figure itself is kind of growing on me. The more I look at this figure, the more I can appreciate its aesthetic I like it a lot more. I wasn't too sure, especially I know a lot of people are saying the price point is a little bit of a, I guess, a deterrent. But seeing how this figure is made, I'd be kind of confident to purchase one of these for myself. If anything, I could probably take some, black inker or paint and just fill in these little lines to break it up a little bit. But aside from that, I'm quite happy with this figure. The lighting, when it lights up, Boris will show you in a few minutes, it kind of gives it that extra boost for the value of the figure. And I'm done.
Thanks, Eric. That was a lovely end to a lovely introduction. Actually, that was great. I didn't know all those things. I just wanted to mess around with this remote. I'll be honest, that's the only reason why I am here, is to mess with this remote. Because actually, I don't know, it doesn't, I think they're just working it out. It doesn't seem to quite work or make sense to me. But I think I was doing it all wrong. So from what I understand, this remote, it doesn't go very long range. That's kind of what I've been told. Eric mentioned to me that, because I was like trying to do it from like, I wanted to like hide and like do, if you're gonna hide and make this work, you're gonna have to be very close. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm just gonna try to turn it on here and sorry, I gotta see. Yeah, this is right. This is the front. Okay, so there's an auto and a manual button. Okay, so it does do a mode where it just keeps on talking, and to be honest, I didn't even know how to turn that off, but I suppose once we actually get instructions with this, it'll actually let you know. But I'm just assuming that that's what auto is, although then I'm a little confused what on and off is. I think maybe you have to turn it on first, then you can use the manual and auto buttons. But so far I've gotten it to work with manual. So I'm just going to stick with that, okay? We're not going to mess with it. But basically, it's kind of cool. You press the manual button, it moves to the next face, eyes light up, base lights up, it talks. It's not too bad. I mean, it's what you would expect from a toy voice box, right? But it's basically got, the right, I guess, phrases. So that's kind of cool. And then this is what I'm talking about here. You got to be pretty close to it. If you start doing a little bit further away, of course now it works. I mean, oh yeah, there. So now I'm out of range. But I mean, nevertheless, it's kind of cool. I'm glad they worked this into the little ship thing. So that's pretty cool. I like that aesthetic. And then just in general, I'm a big sucker for these kind of gimmicky lighting tricks and stuff. So it's kind of nice that they actually worked this. I didn't know how it would actually work, but it's actually quite fluid. So the top of the assembly here, and I think Eric mentioned it is die cast, but it rotates around, so it doesn't kind of contact with the bottom of this base here. And when it does that, it moves independently of the bottom, and the bottom can stay. The lights kind of turn on and everything. There's also some manual buttons here, and looks like a USB port where you can actually charge the lithium battery if you end up getting a rechargeable lithium battery. But other than that, aesthetically, you can't really notice anything like buttons or anything. So it's kind of nice. It rotates independently. No real weird buttons sticking out anywhere. And for me, I kind of echo Eric's feelings. At first I thought, the price point kind of scared me off of it, because I don't know what to expect. But holding this thing, first of all, it feels like it is worth the money. It's because the actual construction isn't only plastic, and for me it actually makes a difference. It looks, first of all, it feels great, and it gives it a nice sheen to it that's not plastic, because it is a nice painted die cast on it, and you're not going to be transforming it or anything, so I don't think that you're going to get any of the typical chipping issues or anything that you would normally get if you were transforming a regular figure. And then otherwise, I think Eric pretty much covered it. I really like the little wiring that's included into the tentacles. That makes it a little bit more organic for me. They're quite soft, so you can just do just about anything with it. Construction is good. The finish, at least in this test copy, it's to me it's looking pretty good. I had the same kind of thoughts on the top there. Could have used a little bit more, maybe some sort of definition, either paint or whatever, but nothing you can do with like a Gundam marker or something. Just get in there and highlight that, and yeah, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, that's me. I like it. I definitely give it a thumbs up.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So well, thanks Boris and Eric for that amazing information about this. This is actually literally the first time I'm ever looking at this. I saw what Hasbro was offering, and I thought that was really cool. But this is something else. I actually didn't know what Eric and Boris were going to bring about to talk about. So when I first saw this, I was like, this is actually really, really cool, because obviously the 1986 movie was awesome. And let's just get right into my thoughts and feelings about this. I love the sculpting of this. I looked at every single one of these faces, and I think the sculpting is perfect. I didn't know that it was going to have the electronic effects, so sound and lights, and adding that to it really has great value, because you add that playability. But let's make no mistake about this. This is not a toy. This is a display piece. This is a wonderful piece that you would put, on your shelf, on your display, and you just have it there. And then maybe the next day you'll turn the face around, push the button, and then, it turns around. I think that's really, really cool. I also like the fact that you have these posable tentacles. I also like the fact that this lights up, so you get that kind of that effect that makes it look like it's like, I guess, thrusters in a way. One thing I do want to point out is that make sure that you know which one is the front, because when you're using the remote, only the front piece, the front eyes light up. So you might feel it kind of weird if you're pressing the buttons and then you notice like which one is lighting up, and then you got to look all around it to really know which one it is. So make sure when you're displaying it, make sure you have the front, and the only way to tell is really by playing with it. So that's really, really cool. We have these other guys here for scale, and this is much larger than the Hasbro one. And I was wondering about the price, and I was thinking like, wow, like how do we quantify that price, right? But then once you pick it, wow, okay, so we got to hold it like this. Yeah, so you really feel the weight there. Obviously, a lot of electronic parts. Obviously, there's die cast. You have this, I guess, playability with the sound and the lights, which is a really cool thing. But it's substantially bigger than the Hasbro version. So that's where that price point comes in place. For me, like my personal feelings is that like I said before, it's a display piece. I'm just going to be, displaying it one way and then leaving it alone. It's, some people like this gimmick. Some people think it's, it's, like something that I'm not really going to mess with it, to be completely honest. I'm just going to move it around once in a while, but I'm not going to be like spinning it around all the time. But I do like the fact, and this is another cool gimmick, that it's shaped like the ship from the movie. And the only thing that I wished it had was a little bit more color, because this color is the same color as this, which, I guess they could have done more with, but
I still think it's very, very cool that they decided to shape the remote like this. They could have just shaped it as a box, right? Which, you know, I'm glad they didn't do. And the last thing I think could have made this a little better was if they added more of these, like you see how these lines are at the top? I think if they added it all across, so just to give that extra detail, I think that would have been really cool. But still, it is still a great piece nonetheless. This is for really like hardcore fans of the movie, the 1986 movie. If you love the movie, you gotta have this, because I think this will go really, really well with your hot rod or your cup or your blur. I think it will go fantastic. So there you have it. That is my first look at this, because like this is a surprise to me. I really didn't know that we were going to talk about this, but it looks fantastic. So hope you guys enjoyed it.
And there you have it, folks. This is the first look at the Dr. Egg from X-Transbots, the not Quintesson. Hopefully we'll be able to have some more information as to its release date.
So stay tuned. I can't promise that we will be on air regularly, but we're going to push through cool content whenever we can. I mean, we're pretty casual here. But you know, we look forward to giving you some new cool first looks or some new reviews on some interesting products.
We hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you next time. Peace.